Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, let me introduce myself. My name is Miss Sofia. I am student college in the Muhammadiyah University of Tasikmalaya. This is my video for English lesson. Hope you like it and enjoy the watching. I wanna tell you about psychological well-being. I like to give you a brief outline of my presentation, psychological well-being. Purpose my presentation is now the mention of psychological well-being. Hello ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming on my YouTube channel. Riff has argued that the preceding perspective, despite their loss conceptualization, can be integrated into a more parsimonious summary. That is, when one reviews the characteristic of well-being described in this various formulation, it becomes apparent that many theories have written about similar features of positive psychological functioning. This point of convergence in the prior theories constitute the core dimensions of the alternative formulation of psychological well-being pursued in this research. They are briefly summarized here. Detailed description of the characteristic and how they were derived are available in RIF. Six dimensions of psychological well-being. 1. Self-acceptance. 2. Positive relation with others. 3. Autonomy. 4. Environmental mastery. 5. Purpose in life. And 6. Personal growth. 1. Self-acceptance. The most recurrent criterion of well-being evidence in the previous perspective is the individual sense of self-acceptance. This is seen as a central feature of mental health as well as a characteristic of self-actualization, optimal functioning, and maturity. Lifespan theories also emphasize acceptance of self and of one's past life. Thus, holding a positive attitude toward oneself confers self and as a central characteristic of positive psychological functioning. 2. Positive relation with others. Many of the preceding theories emphasize the importance of 1. Trusting interpersonal relation, the ability to live is view, strong feelings of empathy and affection for all human beings, and as being capable of greater love, deeper friendship, and more complete identification with others. One relation to others is posed as a criterion of maturity. Adult developmental stage theories also emphasize the achievement of close unions with others or intimacy and the guidance and direction of others or generativity. Thus, the importance of positive relation with others is repeatedly stressed in this conception of psychological well-being. Next, autonomy. There is considerable emphasis in the prior literature on such quality as self-determinance, independence, and the regulation of behavior for wisdom. Self-actualization, for example, are described as showing autonomous functioning and resistance to enculturation. The fully functioning person is also described as having an internal locus of evaluation whereby one does not look to others for approval, but evaluates oneself by personal standards. Individualization is seen to involve a deliverance from convention, in which the person no longer clings to the collective fears, beliefs, and laws of the masses. The process turning inward in the later years is also seen by lifespan developmentalists to give the person a sense of freedom from the norms governing everyday life. Next, environmental mastery. The individual's ability to choose or create environments suitable to his or her psychic condition is deemed as characteristic of mental health. Maturity is seen to require participation in a significant sphere of activity outside of self. Lifespan development is also described as requiring the ability to manipulate and control complex environments. Thus, George emphasizes one's ability to advance in the world and change it creatively through physical or mental activities. Successful aging also emphasizes the extent to which the individual takes advantage of environmental opportunities. Thus, combined perspectives suggest that active participation in and mastery of the environment are important ingredients of an integrated framework of positive psychological functioning. And next, purpose in life. Mental health is then to include belief that give one the feeling there is purpose in and meaning to life. The definition of maturity also emphasizes a clear comprehension of life purpose, a sense of directness and intentionality. The lifespan development theories refer to a variety of changing purpose or goals in life, such a being productive and creative or achieving emotional integration in later life. Thus, one who functioning positively has goals, intention, and a sense of direction, all of which contribute the feeling that is meaningful. Finally, personal growth. Optimal psychological functioning requires not only that one acquires the prior characteristic, but also that one continues to develop one's potential to grow and expand as a person. This need to actualize oneself and realize one's potential is central to the clinical perspective on personal growth. Openness to experience, for example, is a key characteristic of the fully functioning person. Such an individual is continually developing and becoming rather than achieving a fixed state wherein all problems are solved. Lifespan theorists also gave explicit emphasis to continued growth and the confronting of new challenging or tasks at different points of life. Thus, continued personal growth and self-realization is a prominent theme in the aforementioned theories. It might also be the dimension of psychological well-being that comes closer to Aristotle's notion of a daimony as described earlier. Let's summarize briefly what we have looked at. In sum, the integration of mental health, clinical, and lifespan developmental theories point to multiple convergent aspects of positive psychological functioning. Conceptually, certain of these criteria appear to be spread in meaning from the dimensions that have long guided studies of psychological well-being, positive and negative affect life status become. That is, little in the current empirical literature emphasizes such quality as positive relation with others, autonomy, environmental mystery, positive relation with others, purpose in life, and personal growth. The empirical challenging, therefore, is to offer to analyze these theory-guided dimensions so that they might be examined vis-a-vis the ranking index of positive functioning. Such comparisons will clarify whether the alternative approach criteria of psychological well-being that are theoretically and empirically distinct from existing formulation. Okay, thank you for watching and for your attention. See you next time. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.